Eala begins Italian Open bid vs Ukrainian World No. 27. MANILA Philippines. Eala faces a tall order against World No. 27 Marta Kostyuk of Ukraine in round 1 of the star-studded Italian Open, Wednesday in Rome. Action kicks off at 4 p.m. Manila time, with the 19-year-old Filipina pride looking for a good stepping stone to her French Open stint on May 25 to June 8 in Paris. The 128-player Italian Open serves as Eala's final tournament before that much-awaited major, where she will be the first Filipina player to ever play in the main draw as a top 100 player. Eala reached a new career best ranking of No. 70 on Monday, ensuring a direct invite to all W1000 and Grand Slam tournaments like the Roland Garros and the Italian Open. But first things first for Eala, who's eyeing to avenge her early exit in the Madrid Open last month. On the heels of a historic Miami Open run, Eala beat Bulgaria's Victoria Timova 6-3, 6-2 in round 1, but ran out of steam against a familiar opponent in Poland's Iga Swiatek 6-4, 4-6, 2-6. A deeper campaign is expected from Eala in Rome. This time around that could set her up to gigantic duels against Filipina-Canadian Leylah Fernandez and World No. 1 Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus down the bracket. Sabalenka, seeded as No. 1, just came off a Madrid Open championship against now World No. 3 Coco Gauff in the United States and will be in for some revenge in Rome after a runner-up finished to Swiatek last year. Second-seeded Swiatek, Gauff, and World No. 4 Jessica Pegula of the United States, the last of whom beat Eala in the semis of the Miami Open, also won by Sabalenka, are on the other bracket of the Italian tourney. Eala will share the same clay court once again with the said tennis giants in the French Open. Reaction: Eala begins Italian Open bid vs Ukrainian World No. 27. In the ancient city of Rome, where history and beauty intertwine beneath the Mediterranean sun, Alexandra Eala stepped onto one of the biggest stages of her young career. The 19-year-old tennis sensation from the Philippines is set to open her Italian Open campaign against a formidable opponent, Ukraine's World No. 27, a seasoned and powerful player, known for her aggressive game and fierce on-court presence. It's a daunting draw for Eala, yet one that feels almost poetic. After all, her story has always been one of defiance, of odds, of expectations, of ceilings imposed by geography and access. Now, on the red clay of Rome, she has a chance to prove once again that she belongs among the world's best. A new chapter on Roman clay, the Italian Open, held in the storied Foro Italico, is one of the crown jewels of the clay court season. It's where legends have been made, where every point is a battle, and where patience is as important as power. And for Eala, this isn't just another tournament. It's a proving ground. Rome is special, Eala said during her pre-match press conference. There's history in every corner of this place. It's an honor to be here, but I'm also here to compete. Her opponent, the Ukrainian No. 27 seed, brings a game full of heavy ground strokes, precision serving, and years of experience at the highest level. For Eala, it's a test of not only skill but nerve. Lessons from Mallorca to Manila. Eala's path to this point has been anything but ordinary. Born in Quezon City, Philippines, Eala picked up a racket at the age of 4 and never looked back. Her prodigious talent was spotted early, and by 12, she was training at the prestigious Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain. There, she absorbed the values of discipline, humility, and the tactical depth required to succeed on clay. Unlike hard courts, where speed can sometimes mask impatience, clay demands control, resilience, and shot selection, qualities that now define her game. Clay has taught me to be more thoughtful, she shared. To not just go for winners, but to build the point. To play chess, not just boxing. Underdog in name, not in spirit. Facing a top 30 opponent may be daunting on paper, but Eala has made a habit of upsetting expectations. In the past year alone, she's recorded wins over higher-ranked players, reached the semifinals of a WTA 125 tournament, and cracked the top 100, a milestone for any player, but particularly historic for a Filipina. She enters the Italian Open with a quiet confidence. Her baseline game has grown more aggressive, her court coverage smarter, and her composure under pressure more refined. What was once raw potential has sharpened into competitive steel. I've been working on my serve and being more proactive, Eala noted. These are the matches I live for, where I get to measure myself against the best. Parasabayan. The weight of a nation. Eala is not just representing herself in Rome, she's carrying the hopes of an entire country. Tennis remains a niche sport in the Philippines, where basketball often dominates both courts and headlines. But in recent years, that has started to shift, thanks in large part to Eala. From young kids in Cebu playing barefoot on concrete courts, to students in Manila watching her matches on live streams before class, Eala's journey has sparked a national conversation about tennis and what's possible for Filipinos on the global stage. She always makes a point to speak Tagalog in interviews when she can, often ending with her now iconic phrase, "Para sa bayan," for the nation. Match day, strategy, strength, and spirit. As match day dawns, all eyes will be on how Eala handles the pressure. Her opponent's high ranking brings experience and weaponry, but also expectation. For Eala, the key may lie in exploiting the unpredictability of youth, mixing up her game, using angles, and staying mentally locked in for long rallies. On clay, momentum can shift in an instant. One break of serve, one double fault, one long rally lost, and the tide turns. But Eala has shown time and again that she doesn't crumble under pressure. If anything, she thrives in it. "You don't rise by accident," she once said. "You rise by deciding, every day, to do the work. Win or learn." Regardless of the outcome, this match represents another step forward in a career that is still in its early chapters. A win would be historic, yes, but a loss would also bring valuable lessons against a top-tier opponent. Either way, it's clear that Eala isn't just chasing results, she's chasing greatness. With her fearless spirit, evolving game, and the weight of a nation's pride stitched into her sleeve, Eala walks onto the court in Rome, not just as a young challenger, but as a symbol of ambition without borders. And whether it's in a 3-set thriller or a straight sets upset, one thing is certain, the world will be watching. Eala begins Italian Open bid vs Ukrainian World No. 27. The stage is set in the historic Foro Italico as Alexandra Eala, the 19-year-old tennis sensation from the Philippines, prepares to launch her bid at the prestigious Italian Open. Standing in her way is a formidable opponent, Ukraine's World No. 27, a seasoned player with years of experience at the highest levels of the sport. For Eala, it's both a challenge and an opportunity, a chance to test her growing skills on one of the sport's most revered stages. This match will not just be a display of athleticism, but also of mental fortitude. Facing a top 30 player is no small task, but for Eala, it's the kind of test she's been preparing for throughout her young career. Eala's journey to Rome. Eala's rise through the tennis ranks has been nothing short of impressive. From the courts of Manila to the renowned Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, Eala has been developing her game with the discipline and focus of a true champion. Training under the guidance of some of the sport's most renowned figures, she has honed her skills on both hard and clay courts. Clay, in particular, has become her ally, teaching her patience, precision, and the ability to construct points with strategy rather than brute force. At just 19, Eala's path to the top 100 has been marked by resilience, and her mental toughness has already been tested. Over the past year, she has faced high-level opponents and has held her ground, proving that she is capable of competing with the best. Now, with her first ever appearance in the Italian Open's main draw, she steps into the lion's den with a newfound confidence. Facing a top 30 challenger, Eala's opponent, the Ukrainian World No. 27, brings a wealth of experience to the table. Known for her aggressive baseline game and powerful serve, the Ukrainian is a seasoned competitor who has faced some of the sport's biggest names. Her ability to control points and maintain composure under pressure is one of her key strengths, and she will undoubtedly look to dominate from the start. For Eala, however, this presents an opportunity to test her growth against a proven player. She's not a rookie on the WTA circuit, having already racked up victories over higher-ranked opponents and impressing fans and analysts alike with her composed play and mental fortitude. The challenge of facing a top 30 player is a welcome one that could accelerate her development and give her the experience needed to climb even further in the rankings. Strategy for success. To succeed in this match, Eala will need to play her cards wisely. Clay courts are slower, which will give her time to set up her shots, and play more strategically. Her left-handed forehand, with its heavy topspin, is a key weapon that she can use to push her opponent deep behind the baseline and open up angles. Additionally, her improved serving and net game will be crucial in controlling the pace of the match. The key to defeating a higher-ranked player like the world No. 27 will be patience. Eala must stay calm in the face of power shots and maintain consistency throughout long rallies, drawing on her training at the Rafa Natal Academy, where she learned the importance of building points and staying mentally tough. Eala can outlast her opponent with smart shot selection and an unflappable mindset. The weight of Filipino pride. Eala's journey is not just a personal one. It's a national endeavor. The Philippines, a country known for its love of basketball, is rallying behind Eala as its first real tennis prodigy in decades. As she takes to the court in Rome, she carries the hopes of millions of Filipinos who see her as a beacon of inspiration. In every swing of her racket, there's a feeling of unity as fans back home cheer for their rising star. For Eala, this responsibility is one she embraces. She frequently talks about how the support of her fellow Filipinos drives her forward, motivating her to give her best every time she steps onto the court. In fact, her performances have sparked a renewed interest in tennis in the Philippines, with young players looking up to her as a role model for what's possible. What's at stake? For Eala, the Italian Open is more than just another tournament. It's a stepping stone in her quest to break into the upper echelons of women's tennis. With every match, she is learning more about herself as a player and a competitor. A victory against the world No. 27 would send a strong message to the tennis world and potentially propel her into the higher rounds of the tournament. It would also serve as a boost to her ranking, cementing her place as one of the sport's rising stars. Regardless of the outcome, this match will serve as another valuable learning experience. The process of competing on such a prestigious stage against one of the world's best will be a pivotal moment in her career, one that will continue to shape her game and her path forward.